I wanted to give you just a couple of minutes, literally, for those of you involved in volunteering for the hosting teams for the big story. Here's a venue that you are all very familiar with, and walking up these steps into these doors, but there's going to be hundreds of people throughout that week who won't be as familiar, and I want you to know a little bit more about how maybe they will feel on those nights. Come on. So really from the first minute they walk into the building, we want to be welcoming them. You'll all be wearing the Big Story t-shirts, and there'll be obviously the posters and the signs will be around. They know what they will be coming to, and they will have obviously seen the publicity on the back of the buses, on the newspapers, or have had the personal invites. So really what we're trying to do, the reason why we're calling it a hosting team and not stewarding or security or doorman or something else, is really because we want them to feel that they are being hosted here in the NBC. Our responsibility as a team, me included, we're all one team, hosting the big story, is that people will feel that they are being hosted into our home. Now, if you had people coming round for dinner, maybe on a Saturday night, friends, neighbours or whatever, none of us would sort of say, well, you know, I'm on dessert duty, and, you know, my husband here or my wife is on, you know, cloakroom duty, and they will take your coat and show you where the facility is. That's not how it works. We all know that. We will do whatever's necessary to make them feel welcomed, and them feel included, and them feel, you know, welcomed into our home, into our environment. That's what I'm really looking for with the big story. What I'm going to do on stage, what John Athill's going to do with the band and all the musicians, that is so important, but it is not possibly the most important part. What happens here, out in the lobby, the way they get into their seats, that's going to be the experience that in the end will probably define how they feel about being here at the NBC. We're going to open it all up just like a Sunday. So in this little area here, there'll be the response zones, sofas, information, that sort of thing. In there will be the cafe event during the lunch times, and that will be the time from 7 o'clock where people will be able to get tea, cup of coffee, just be around for that half an hour before the event actually kicks off at 7:30. And obviously this is where the big story event will happen. Not the Winter Olympics, that's on the screen at the moment because we've got some guys working in the building, but this is where it will all happen. And really the hosting teams are going to be the people that will show people to their seats, as they will do on a Sunday, but there's just a little bit more to it. One, because it's happening for 7 consecutive nights, and two, because it will be a slightly different event, although not dramatically different, let's face it, to what happens on a Sunday. Maybe a little bit more atmospheric in terms of the lighting, maybe the band will be a little bit more presentation, performance orientated, and certainly what I will do will be geared for connecting with people who have no Christian background whatsoever, and that's obviously my job, that's what I'm here to do. But really what we're asking you to do is to do those welcoming duties in terms of meeting people on the door, showing them in, showing them to their seats. But we are going to be one team, and there will be practical jobs to do on the night, not just the people stuff, but also recognising that we are all one team, me included. If there's chairs to put out, I'll be putting the chairs out as well. It's not going to be the front-led team, the people on the stage and everybody else. We are all one team. So there may be practical things that we'll need you to do as well. In terms of the prayer response, we may get a lot of people responding at the end. I'm hoping and praying that that is what happens. And many of you will be asked to step in and just beef up that team at the end of the events as well. There's a lot of people that need talking to, praying with. If you're confident to be able to do that, then we will be definitely drawing on you to help meet those people, meet our guests, meet our visitors, pray with them, talk to them. They may be responding to stuff specifically that I've addressed from the platform, you know, on that particular evening. So hosting teams, that's what it's all about. That is the field that we're looking to create here at the NBC for the big story from Saturday the 1st of March and finishing on Friday the 7th, just 2 weeks away. It's going to be great.